Hello, I'm Tracy. I'm the Somerset Sewist, and today I'm under orders from my lovely youngest granddaughter. She would like me to make her a quilted hoodie. It's not really the weather for thinking about hoodies, but I've told her she's not allowed to wear it until at least September, probably. Now she's let me borrow this hoodie that is a tad too big for her at the moment, so that's about what we wanted. I'm going to trace around it, and then I've got the remnants of the duvet cover that I've already chopped up to make things for her. She wants it reversible. Talk about making my life difficult, but we'll see what we can do. Let's get started. Right, this is the front part. So I am going to do it to there. So that stretches out to there, and bear in mind this isn't going to be stretchy. Yeah. And then to about there. So that's the front roughly done. Very roughly done. I will cut it out and check it against. There we go. The back. There we go. and that's the pocket. I'm going to cut all these out and show you the next bit. I almost can't believe I'm making something quilted in this weather. I'm literally melting and I'm quilting stuff. Anyway, I have got a piece of fabric, another piece of fabric, and a piece of wadding. I am going to stick these together and start quilting. What I've done is I've cut, because everything will shrink as you quilt it. Yeah, it naturally shrinks as you quilt it. It kind of brings it in. So don't cut everything out before, according to the pattern. Quilt it and then cut it out. So that is the next stage. And I'm really torn. Do I make a lining separately, which will make making it reversible easier? Or do I just do the whole lot, quilt the whole lot, and then bind, put a little bit. Do you know what? I'm just going to put a bit of binding on the seams. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quilt the lot and then put a bit of binding on the seams. That's what I'm going to do. Helps if you have thread. I don't know if you know this, it's quite basic, but I seem to have forgotten that very basic thing. Oh. So I've done the back, it was quilted, then I've cut it out, but I've given a bit of a seam allowance while I've done it. You can either do that in the pattern drawing or you can do it when you're cutting out, as long as you remember to do it at some point, not kind of think when you're cutting the pattern, or do it when I cut out the fabric and then forget when you cut out the fabric, because that'll leave you with no seam allowance whatsoever. So that's the back of the hoodie cut. I'm going to carry on and do all of the other pieces, and then we'll put it together. I've added the pockets. I did one, and then I used the lines on the other side for guidance as to where to put that one. It's come a little bit wrong on this side of this one. There's a tiny bit where I went wrong, but I really don't think my granddaughter's going to mind that too much, so I'm not going to unpick it. She really isn't going to care. So, right, I've decided I'm going to try something a bit different. I've unpicked a little bit of the quilting, and I'm going to sew this together at the shoulders, and then I think I'm going to somehow cover it with this little bit once that's done, possibly by hand. We will see. I'm not even quite sure what I'm doing right now, but I will work it out on this first seam and see how we go from there, I think. We shall see. Oops. It's not a Tracy video without me needing to thread the needle because I've cut it too short, is it? Right, so they're sewn together. Now, what I'm going to do is push it to one side, bring this over to cover it, and then hem this. Now with this particular seam, because I can get to it, I can machine sew across it, and that'll be okay. I'll check the other side as well. I'll do the same the other side. But any other, I think the arms are going to be the difficult, going down the side, and the arms are going to be the difficult bit. See, that looks quite neat, doesn't it? Oh yeah, the other side is naturally done, so that's okay. That's fine. Okay, yeah, that's good. So it's just this side that I've got to do it. So if I've got to do it by hand across the other bit, across the arms and side, that's no big deal, but I can do that by machine quickly. Hi there. Changing the weather is ridiculous. It's so cold. I've even given in and put the heating on today. I'm sat on my bed. Going to be watching a bit of Grey's Anatomy while I hand stitch, I think. I have seamed the shoulders and then tidied the reverse side of them. I have sewn the arms on and also tidied the reverse side. And then I sewed along the sleeves and down the side. And now this is the tricky bit because I can't get the machine in this bit. So I'm going to pin and hand sew this bit and down this bit. I have tried it on Little Miss and she's very excited to get it. She's like, don't take too long, Granny, don't take too long. So Granny's on a mission to get it done. I don't know if you can see my remote holder in the background. It's velcroed on to the back of the bed. If anybody's interested, I could maybe one day show you how to make one of those. Very useful, as I do like my telly in my bed. My partner and I both watch very different things on television, and I think he's downstairs at the moment playing PlayStation, which I don't particularly want to watch, but I also don't want to stop him doing because he's had a hard day at work. He's entitled to his relaxation and I'm entitled to watch what I want, so I go upstairs and watch the telly. What do? Do you watch the same as your other half, or do you watch different things? How do you manage that? Do you take it in turns? Maybe we like such different things that would just, or very rarely do we watch similar things. I did put on for when he came home from work, I did put on a forensic-y kind of program where they solved multiple murders. Actually, it was a bit gruesome, but yeah, we both happily watched that. Or happily, it wasn't a happy program, but we both watched it together quite nicely. But I think for the rest of the day, I don't think we'll be watching much together. Although there's football on later, I might go down and watch that with him. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to get on with pinning and then sewing the side of this hoodie while I focus on the goings on at Grey Sloan Hospital. Is it still called? I don't know. I've lost it. On Grey's Anatomy anyway. And I'll show you when it's done. Right, I have sewed the let's find it, the side seams. Let's find a seam. There we go. I have hand sewed that, and I have to say I am very pleased with how that's turned out. I wasn't sure I was going to be up to doing it, but I think I've done quite well actually. I'm quite pleased with how that went, and it took me to do both sides, took me 1.5 episodes of Grey's Anatomy, so I don't think that was too bad time wise. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So now I've got to do the hood, and then I've got to do some form of binding around the cuffs and the bottom. So I'm going to quickly machine sew the hood in place, and then it's coming up, goodness knows what time. I think it's like 1:45. We'll leave at 2:30 to do the school run, so I'm running out of time, always running out of time. I'm under pressure to kind of get this done quite quickly. So I'm going to get this sewn, and then I think the next time you're going to see me, I'm going to be in the car, panickedly sewing in a panicked way. Panically sewing in a panicked way. I don't know. Whatever. To finish this off, and then I'll get to try it on little miss, and I will let you know the verdict. Here I am. I've got a little gap at the front where there's no hood, so I'm putting a bit of binding on there first. I've machine sewn it on, and I've just got to kind of hand sew it to the other side. Outside the school, waiting to pick up my granddaughter. She'll be cross. She'll tell me off for not having finished it, but that's fine. So I'll do as much as I can sat here waiting for her to come out of school, and then I'll finish a bit more waiting for her dad to finish work. And hopefully it'll be done by the time I leave theirs, but I'm not sure now. And it's finished. So this is what I would say is really the inside, but you know, it's still reversible. Those lovely seams. I've got binding on the bottom, which I think has turned out really well. And now I'll show the other side. So this is what I would really call the best side, but still. Pull the sleeve through properly. It's not perfect. There are things I might have done different. I definitely messed a couple of bits up. I should have definitely pinned the fabrics together before quilting them. I did that in a bit of a slapdash way, but you know, it's fine. But all in all, it's turned out really well. It's relatively easy to trace around an existing garment to make a pattern. And if you do that and then use quilted fabric, you have quite a warm jumper or hoodie. So she'll be all set for when we've got through the summer. This is going to fit her then, because she doesn't grow very fast, this little one. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.